Hello, it's Doris with Aldi Books. I have a very few random clips at the end, so they're there if you're interested. So actually, this is Friday Reads, by the way. Did I say that? It's Friday Reads. It's Friday. It's the first Friday of my new life. Oh my gosh. Walked out of the door of the school, Wilson County Schools. I've been in a lot of schools there, but the current one I walked out of for the last time after 21 years. So I woke up this morning to a 3-month summer vacation. Wow. Anyway, new adventures on the horizon. So Friday Reads. I have actually finished a couple of books, and they are physical books. Yeah, so the NetGalley thing that I've been, plowing through, I kind of went on hiatus. I think I overdosed on that. I just rammed out 3 books in like a week. And so the 4th book is really good. It's the Ed Young, his newest nature read, nonfiction. But I just think I needed a break because I've just slowed down that tremendously. I don't think I've even picked it up in a week. So anyway, I finished Saigon, a Misfits memoir of great books, punk rock, and the fight to fit in by Phuc Tran. This was great. I think when I last checked in with you about it, I was unsure. The first few chapters are really difficult to read. Very much child abuse by the parents, just in disciplining the child. And there's this brilliant scene, which is extremely hard to read, of an uncle killing a bird brutally in a dumpster. He thinks he's doing the right thing by putting this wounded bird, out of his misery, but it's just slow and painful and brutal. And the children are all watching, and we're watching, and I don't know, normally I read hard things in books and it doesn't really affect me, but the abusive discipline by multiple people in this child's life, and then this bird scene was just really, it just got to me. But in retrospect, it was really brilliant because we're watching and all of these children are watching, and we all know that what this guy is doing is not right. But the guy thinks he's doing the right thing, and it's just painful. But it's a brilliant illustration of the family situation as well. They think they're doing the right thing, and they're not. But anyway, I appreciate how Phuc Tran wrote this. It was just very matter of fact. He just wrote it. He didn't try to emotionalize it. He didn't try to justify anything. He didn't try to go the poor me route. He didn't try to explain it away. He just wrote it. So it's very effective. Guy. But after the first few chapters, it picked up quite a bit, lightened up maybe. Really excellent narrative on how he learned to fit in a basically all-white community. He was an immigrant from the Vietnam War. Oh dear. How he got connected with great literature, the classics, how that molded his life, his punk rock skateboarder subgroup that he found a place to belong and got through, and yet made connections that made him realize that it was okay to be smart and pursue education while also simultaneously being rebellious. And he was quite a bit rebellious, definitely. He breaks stereotypes. So just really, and his parents were accepting of that. So yeah, I liked that as well. So really interesting memoir. I enjoyed that. I appreciated it. I didn't enjoy it completely, but I appreciated it a great deal. And then yesterday I finished Small Bodies of Water by Nina Mingya Powells. This is, it was the Springathon group read, and it's the book naturalist pick for May. So this woman she's a poet. This is her first, I think, nonfiction. And she has lived in so many places. I think she was born in Malaysia, but she spent most of her growing up years in New Zealand. I believe her dad was a white guy, but her mom was Chinese, I believe Malaysian Chinese. It was a lot of places to hold in my mind. I'm so sorry. But she also spent a couple years in Shanghai trying to learn the Chinese language, and she ended up living in London, where I believe she is currently maybe. She also had to go back to New Zealand during the COVID because of her visa. All sorts of here and there and back and forth. This is nature writing. She does focus a lot. She looks at her life through the lens of water. So, small bodies of water. Being a poet, her nature writing connection is just so gorgeous. So she writes a little about the immigrant experience, a lot about growing up biracial and what that's like, and also the not so much not having a home, but having more than one, and where do you fit in. Her love of nature. She, in the last essay chapter, she writes about her grandfather, who was a ichthyologist, a fish scientist, and a cloud forest in the mountains, I believe, again, of Malaysia. I'm not sure of that either. And languages, so much about language. Obviously English, well, not obviously, but English is her dominant language, and she has tried to make Mandarin a solid language, second language. And then she talks about a couple of other languages within China. It's just really fascinating. So, like, the first few chapters and the last chapter were just thematically stunning. She has a very abbreviated style that poets tend to employ, so just short snapshots. And I felt like the beginning and the end, what she was doing really held together thematically, and it was just beautiful. The whole thing is just beautiful, but those really resonated. In the middle, and I don't know if it was just me not connecting to more of the pop culture aspects, but it felt more fragmented, and I had a harder time holding on to her thoughts through a chapter. But yeah, I really recommend this if you are interested in any of that I just talked about, because I really enjoyed this one. And then I am still currently reading The Way We Live Now by Anthony Trollope. But you can see I have made a little more progress this week. So I feel like I can do this in June, guys. I feel like I can. Especially this chapter that I'm on now is Sir Felix protects his sister. So I'm really curious to see how he does that, because Sir Felix is a hot mess. He does not have many redeeming qualities. So if he does protect his sister, that would be redeeming, quite redeeming for this young man. And I am back in The Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb. I was listening to that on audiobook in the library, took it back, but Jenny King told me that it is on script, and so I decided to go that route. So I'm back in it and I'm hooked. So I think I might finish that one in June as well. So I don't know what I am. Well, I still have the NetGalley ongoing, so I have 3 ongoing at the moment. And I don't know what I'm gonna pick up next. I need to work on that. So maybe I'll do that with you all. Yeah, let's do that right now. Why not? So I need to, like, I have not touched my TBR. So Springathon, I wanted to read as many of these as I could in the month of June, and I have read none of them. None. Because I got in that NetGalley thing, and it was just so exciting. I did read the Book Naturalist book, but I don't even think that was up here. Okay, so this I'm reading in July, so not that one. And the China thing, so if you haven't watched the big news video, I am moving to China in July. That's why I've been trying to read all of my TBR books maniacally the last year. So I am going to take a few books to China and hoping for those to be more paperbacks, because packing, obviously. So I think that I need to focus on trying to get these hardcovers read, right? That makes sense. So I'm gonna check and see which ones of these are on audiobook and which ones are on ebook, because I can potentially, if they are on ebook, leave them here. This is a pile of big books that I'm planning on leaving behind, but reading on ebook while I'm gone. So that's the plan. I'm gonna check which of these are available on ebook or audiobook and decide what to listen to next. Okay, so this one's available on audiobook, so I downloaded it right away. Because this has been on my TBR, like current TBR, a couple times prior to this one. These 2 are small, so I thought I would just read those physically soonish. This is available on ebook, so I'm going to put it on the hefty read it later shelf. And then this one, these are both David Quammen, who is a science writer that I adore. So that's a weird thing to say about a science writer. I adore his writing. I love his writing. So this one is available on ebook and this one is not. So I need to read that one. So I'll put this one over here as well. So maybe I can get those 4 books finished. I don't think I can finish them all 4. I mean, maybe I can in a week. Can I finish those in a week? How many days do I have? I hope you didn't get whiplash there. So it is the 27th. I have 5 days. I'm not going to finish them in 5 days. But, well, actually, I think I can finish those 3 in 5 days because, yeah. That, and then I'll just start that one. That's the plan. Can we do that? That's lofty, but the lofty plan is to finish these 3 and start that one. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Thanks for helping me develop a plan. Thanks so much for watching. A few, like a minute or 2 of clips if you're still here and want to watch them. And I'll be back soon. Bye. guy. Oh my goodness. Oh, Mama's boy. Oh, so cute. So the cats are being recluses while my sister is here. Chickie's taking her siesta in the closet. And Moo has been hanging out in the bathroom cabinet. So cute. Oh my goodness. They don't like it. Do you see it? Birdie.